Everyone, today I wanted to talk a little bit about how clients can sometimes get confused as to what part of, the Medicare process you are. And it's very, very important to clarify which parts you're helping with and which parts are out of your control. And this goes for both Medicare Advantage and original Medicare Parts A and B. So for the first part, Medicare A and B, we as agents we shouldn't have either any real involvement when the individual Medicare beneficiary enrolls into Medicare Part A and B. We can provide them with the forms, provide them with, potentially what the step-by-steps are going to be when they apply, but that is not what we provide. We don't provide them the service of enrolling. We also don't provide them with any kind of updates or any kind of really tracking for whether or not their enrollment has taken place. That is 100% up to the individual that you're helping. Additionally, when it comes to getting services covered, so this is where I'm going to talk about a little bit about Part C as well. When services are rendered, if they need prior authorization, if there's a billing issue, we can help with the process because, the process meaning that we know what the process may be or may not be, and we can give pointers on whether or not you can, maybe this is being handled by the wrong department, maybe this is what they're asking for, because we have seen these things come up every so often. But what we cannot do is we cannot handle it for them, because that is definitely not within our scope of work. As much as I wish we could somehow have a little bit more, status notifications or, whatever updates that when we call in, that's HIPAA, it's not part of our actual job duties. We were not qualified for that kind of information. So keep those things in mind, right? We can help with enrollment, and we also cannot help both in A and B, and we also cannot help with processing, getting claims covered. Now for Part C and for Part D, enrollment. So that is where we can help. For C and for D, enrollment into those plans, we have almost the entire burden of responsibility. Sometimes, like if you exercise trial right, an individual will have to use their Medicare will have to actually assign them or appoint them to a Part D plan after they've exercised trial right and go into the Medicare supplement plan. But for the most part, outside of that and perhaps fraudulent enrollments, the individual agent has 100% of the responsibility. Now, we might not be able to do all of it. Like, for example, if we are enrolling someone in a plan, we would not be able to physically put them onto the program, get them registered. We handle the paperwork that provides the insurance company that we're enrolling them in with all the relevant information, and we are the ones submitting it. Right? And then we can usually call on behalf of that application to see where it is along the process of enrollment. We cannot do that for Parts A or B. And we also cannot be submitting those files for our clients for A and B. We can instruct them how to, but we cannot do for them. And that's where I think a lot of confusion comes up. I had a conversation with my client today, and she was kind of hinting that perhaps I enrolled her into Parts A and B, which of course, as I communicate 100% through email, it has said in my email that she was sending it in. She had mentioned an address that she'd be forwarding it to. So there's no real, I guess you could call it, miscommunication there, that I am not doing anything. I am looking over the form for her to make sure that everything is, capiche? Everything is good. But I am not accepting it, and I'm not processing it. All I'm doing is saying, this looks like everything is intact, because I've seen many of these forms. I've helped many people apply for Part B. But you still have to send it to the right people. You have to send it to the Medicare office that you are supposed to. And that kind of cleared everything up. It went from being the person on Medicare on the phone told her that it's my fault that her Medicare Part B application was wrong, when looking back on everything, because she had assumed now that I had submitted that application for her, confusing it for Part D or Plan G, which it's not. So upon looking back on our records and upon going back onto what is actually needing to be done, we know now exactly what to tell the person on the phone at Medicare to rectify this untimely enrollment. So that is where, as agents, we have to be clear on where those lines are. You don't have to be pushy, you don't have to be mean about it, just have to be clear about it. Okay? Hope that helps you guys figure out and help as many people as possible. Medicare is really confusing, medical is really confusing, and I wish there was more we could do as far as helping better the system. But the U.S. medical system is what it is, and if we intend on living in this country, this is what we get. All right, we'll see you in the next video. Do good things. Bye now.